Alpha. Happy to have you with us this afternoon as Guatemala takes on El Salvador here in Group A play of the 2025 CONCACAF Beach Soccer Championship. The conditions are beautiful as you would expect. 75 degrees, slight breeze, very slight chance of a passing shower. All in all, picture-perfect conditions for beach soccer here this afternoon. And these two teams have a really rich history against each other. I'll get to that in just a moment. But a reminder of what happened yesterday. El Salvador, a convincing 6-1 win over Costa Rica. And Guatemala, so far with the upset of the tournament, a 4-3 win over Mexico. Guatemala, the number 7 ranked team in the beach soccer rankings. Mexico, the 2nd ranked team. So beating a team 5 spots higher, a Mexican team that has traditionally had a lot of success in this tournament. Guatemala pulls the upset and now goes toe-to-toe with one of their rivals in El Salvador. And I say rivals because they've met in big moments over the last couple of tournaments, and it's always been El Salvador coming out on top. I'll take you back to 2021. El Salvador went...
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem of Guatemala, followed by the national anthem of El Salvador.
Getting the winning goal late on in that game, trying to keep that momentum rolling today, looking for another upset, this time over El Salvador. El Salvador ranked 3rd in the rankings, Guatemala 7th, and here is the starting lineup for Guatemala. Most of their goals from yesterday accounted for here. Jose Lem scored twice yesterday, and Pablo Crocker, the captain, scored as well. Samuel Perez from the bench came in and scored yesterday. Don't pay attention too much again to who starts, who's or whatnot. Very straightforward this time around. Right here, there's the opening goal for El Salvador. It's Agustin Ruiz. Bounces to the loose ball, puts it home. El Salvador up 1-0. Really back and forth in the first 3 minutes of this first period. Neither side really settling into expansive possessions, trying to work their way around the perimeter and find that moment. It's been back and forth. Really stretched, really broken down, and finally El Salvador, the first to pounce to a moment and make it count. It's Mexico and El Salvador still have to play the final match. The two top teams on paper. Looking through here, off the post, and it stayed out. Did it? Referees conferring. Guatemala celebrating. I believe it is a free kick awarded to El Salvador here for impeding with the goalkeeper. Right there. They called this bit of contact right there, and it did. Wow. Sometimes the luck on your side, depending on how it hits the mound of here, that it really is settled by Castro. Back by Guatemala. They could have numbers here going for goal. Too much underneath it. Miguel Gonzalez. 10 seconds in this first period. Will El Salvador try for one more go at goal? Castro, I think he's going to let the clock run out. He will. Now a last second shot from Castro, well off target. So at the end of the first period, it is a 1-0 lead for El Salvador over Guatemala. 3-minute break between the periods. They will go again. Early goal for El Salvador, Agustin Ruiz. Guatemala kept it tight and has some chances of their own. After that, these two teams vying for the top spot. Back to Cordova. A misplay on the bite. Now play. The majority of this Guatemalan side do play for the same beach soccer club team at home. Goles FP, every starter today. More than half of the bench belong to that club. More of a mix-it match for El Salvador. Trouble getting it across the halfway here. Now they do, and the goal comes to make it 2-0 from Eber Ramos. The pressure from Guatemala almost forcing a turnover and a chance of their own. Finally, Ramos gets it across halfway and just picks out the corner. Checks it down, gets by his defender. Edwin Lopez is on the surface the whole time, skimming across the sand. Into the corner, 2-0. One more effort here, Guatemala, in this second period. Vasquez has to go, chips in, they run out of time. So at the end of 2 periods, a 2-0 lead for El Salvador over Guatemala here in Group A. Played across for Ramos with a goal already. Ramos cuts in, goes for a goal, he has 2! A lightning bolt at El Salvador has a 3-0 lead. Just cuts in, pass, and overcommitting Christopher Gonzalez. Oh, and it's just perfect. There's a little alleyway there at the near post. Nothing Vasquez could do. Back to the action with the drop ball. Miguel Gonzalez to the end line, wants it back. Gonzalez lost it. Could be numbers here for El Salvador on a breakout. There's a 4th. That should ice it on the volley. It's Anderson Castro, who had 2 yesterday, and maybe just put this one on ice. Awkwardly hopped up on him. He just readjusted right there. It took him out of stride. So he just made the quick thinking decision and just hit it on the volley, and it worked. You see a smile on his face. Struggling up. Portillo now centered. Could be a break here for Guatemala, looking for a first goal, and it bounces off the post. To the keeper, Nahera. Halfway through this 3rd period, what an exclamation point for El Salvador. It's Ruben Batres, one of their all-time leading scorers. A bicycle kick assist, a header for Batres, 5-0 El Salvador. It's his first of this tournament. It's his 32nd all-time. Look at that assist from Elmer Robles. We often see bicycle kicks end up in goals in this tournament, not often as assists. Batres again. Well, still in search of something. First save that Portillo's had to really make here late on. Portillo throws it out. El Salvador looking for another. There it is. You could sense the wind in their sails. Batres got one. Now the all-time leading scorer gets one. Francisco Velasquez, his 63rd all-time in beach soccer competition in CONCACAF. The all-time leading scorer nets another. He has a comfortable lead over second-place teammate Agustin Ruiz, who shoveled ahead by Portillo, flicked on, And another, the first Chilena goal of the day for El Salvador. It belongs to Emerson Serna, who scored twice yesterday. As if they needed an additional exclamation point at the end of this sentence. Well, they found one. 7-0 over Guatemala, a team they continue to torment year over year, or rather biannually, I should say, here in the CONCACAF Beach Soccer Championship. El Salvador beat Guatemala in the semis 4 years ago, in the quarters 2 years ago, and now a 7-0 showing in the group stage this year. Off the bar, it's just not Guatemala's day. They've had multiple posts and crossbars hit. They had an instance. Closing seconds. Guatemala won't find a goal. It finishes 7-0 El Salvador. A dominant showing over Guatemala. They are a perfect 2-0-0 El Salvador in Group A play, and they sit atop the group with 6 points. Guatemala could not back up yesterday's upset win over Mexico with another. They fall 7-0 to El Salvador.